We did it! Yes! Olympiacos is going to the final. This is Gate 7 International. We are super pumped to be here. I'm joined by my co-host, Marcial, Lambro just jumping in, and Dimitri. Boys, how are we doing today? Nobody? Nobody's going to say a goddamn thing?
I just
Fuck you guys.
I said it mentally, I don't want to cry on the podcast. I don't want to cry on the podcast. So I'm just I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak because I'm just so emotional. So many tough nights, doing this podcast, so much crazy shit. I think even of some memories, Adi, Marcial and I, going to see Pasianina play, randomly Marcial and I meeting players and going to the stadium, and just COVID, doing this podcast all together with my good friends, and I don't know. I didn't see this happening for a few years. Yeah. It's been a rough few years, and I'm so proud. I'm so emotional thinking back on everywhere we've gone with the club.
Absolutely.
Everywhere. I'm just
Marcial, Dimitri, give us some thoughts here. I'm not on cocaine, guys. I promise. I shouldn't have had the coffee I had. I've been on a liquid fucking diet all day today because I had no appetite. I was so stressed. I got a smoothie so I could drink something because that went down easier than food. So I'm still nervous. But how are you guys? How are you feeling, Marcial, Dimitri? Help me out here.
I can't scream because my wife is sleeping, so I'm trying to be careful in there. But it's I don't have words to express what I feel because it has been so perfect. The game itself has been so perfect, scoring super quickly, not 18 goals in the first half. Aston Villa wasting chances after chances. Usually it's Olympiacos that does that. I mean, how many situations we wasted on the last years? I'm not going to name all of them. You probably know them better than me. Olympiacos' story in Europe has been made out of frustration, deception, sad nights when we lost it all. So it's I'm not even happy. I'm proud. It's a different sensation because it's not due to the chance. We won it on the field, winning the 2 games, scoring 6 goals, and I can't be more proud of the club tonight.
Dimitri.
Oh boy, fuck, the tears are coming. Labro said he couldn't see this for a couple of years. I've never really admitted this to myself, but I didn't think I'd ever see this in my lifetime. I didn't actually think this was possible. I genuinely didn't think this was possible. Yeah, whoa. But before we get into the game, the only thing I've got to sort of for now is I just want to give a shout out to my yaya, who's in her late 70s and has lived in Piraeus her entire life. And in a show a couple of weeks ago, it was probably after the Fener game, I gave a shout out to her and my mum for being the reason I'm an Olympiacos fan, because my dad was not really a sports person. And I was in Athens a couple of nights ago. I was there on Tuesday night, and we were talking about Olympiacos and stuff, and how she was asking me about Birmingham last week, how I found it being there in the ground, and how Olympiacos was burning, the parties. It was insane after last week's game, and that this week's game she would go down if we won. And I rang her after the game ended, and she was like, I'm literally leaving the flat right now to go down to Pasalimani. And this woman is I can't even think off the top of my head how old she is, but she's in her late 70s and just going down to Pasalimani to party at 12:30 at night. And these, oh my God, these people, Olympiacos is obviously a team that has fans all over the world and is the biggest club in Greece and has the most fans in Greece. And I think the statistics, something like half of Greece supports Olympiacos. But to the people that from Piraeus, from a neighborhood that historically is so poor and working class and they're proud of where they're from. Fuck, sorry, the tears are coming. And one of the biggest prides that they have is Olympiacos. Like, don't get me wrong, she isn't like a football fan. She doesn't watch football all the time, but like things like this, just I don't know. It means so much more. And yeah, man, like, oh my god, yeah. Take it away, guys. Yeah, someone else.
It does, Dimitri, and that emotion is for everybody, right? For the diaspora, it's for different reasons. But when you're from a city, you know, it doesn't matter the sport. Lambro and I can speak to the sports even here in the United States. Like, both of our teams have won Super Bowls in the United States, like NFL otherwise. Like, when your team wins, like you take that on because that's your city. It's just one of those things. So before we get any more into this real quick, guys, don't forget, if you're tuning in, there's about 200 of you in here right now. And last I saw was only about 35 likes. So go ahead and quickly just hit that like button. If you're tuning in on Twitter or X, consider jumping over to YouTube and subscribing or liking there. It's easier to interact than it is on Twitter. So consider making that jump and joining us here over on YouTube. You can also support us on Patreon. We thank all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are helping us now get into bigger and better things. And, you know, we're always looking to reinvest whatever we get back into this so that we can give a better product to you. We also would like to thank our newest patrons who have just joined literally today, probably because of the match and everything that's been going on. Costas Cariagas. And this is just Panos. I don't have a last name here. Panos, actually Corfiatis, sorry. So Panos Corfiatis and Costas Cariagas, thank you both so much for joining the Patreon community. And if you want to join, check our stuff out on patreon.com/Gate7 International. Extra content. You can join the WhatsApp group where we give you information we cannot share sometimes publicly, some inside info. And we also just make fun of each other a lot. And the fact that Lambo puts sweet cream in his Freddo cappuccino. So
it's regular milk, man. What is sweet cream? I don't even know what sweet cream is, man.
Anyway, you come in on join that, make fun of Lambro with me in the WhatsApp group chat for $1 a month. So let's jump back into it.
Can I just say something real quick? Someone shit on me saying like, "Oh, you criticize El Kaabi." Can you all just say I am the one who have defended El Kaabi through like thick and thin? Like, are you fucking kidding
actually
me?
Yeah, Jack Sparrow, guy with the red hat.
I have defended El Kaabi when everyone was like, "Oh, he's shit," you know. Fucking El Kaabi.
Actually, yeah, Lambro was one of the. Yes. Even when El Kaabi was shit, he was one of his staunchest supporters before AFCON.
I'm telling you, people.
I think you're pointing that to the wrong person.
Yeah, there you go. Point it to.
I don't think anybody was ever like we had our frustrations when he would miss the sitters, but since the break, I don't think anybody has complained about him. But yeah, I
just couldn't believe. God, I can't believe what happened. Can we talk about that? Like El Kaabi masterclass. He did it again where he was offside, but somehow he was not offside.
Yeah, like, right.
And again, I didn't even celebrate because I was like, he's so offside. What is up with that? With the angle where you're trying to look. And then slowly, as the VAR takes longer and longer, you're like, oh my God, this isn't happening. Is it? Is it happening? Just incredible.
It's worked. Like, look, okay, it worked in a really big situation this time, but for the most part, that's worked against him. Like, he's usually called offsides for that. But we have to say also, like, during these two games, we already pointed out that his efficiency, despite everybody getting upset at how many big chances he misses, was already the best in Greece and probably the best at this club, at least in the last decade. And now in the last two games, he's pretty much scored every opportunity that came his way. It doesn't get much better than that. The commentator on the Paramount Sports stream said, you know, they're probably going to build a statue of El Kaabi outside. And honestly,
literally El Kaabi's legacy is huge at this point.
Yeah,
like, if we win this title, literally you can compare him to anyone who's ever played at this club. Like, I honestly think. Jesus
it is. Christ. It is. I don't know. Like, say what you want. You know, I mean, we all know. You saw the ball that he played. Was it Masuras or no? Sorry, Santiago Heze, where he way overcooked a pretty easy square ball that Heze could have put us up 2-0. But like, the guy he makes great runs, and he scores goals. Man, that's it.
Just cooks. He just cooks. Like, what are we gonna say? What are we gonna say, man? Like, it's so hard to like focus on one thing or.
It's the best signing we made on the last decade.
And can we also talk about the fact that Mendilibar just like Unai Emery is not a bad tournament coach. He's a pretty decent tactician.
How many Europa Leagues has Emery won? Like quite a few.
He's won at least one because he won one with Sevilla also.
Hasn't he won like 3 or 4? Or
he's won a couple of them. And he's won a couple. Like he's not this guy is a good coach. And he had the somewhat depleted roster, but still on paper, probably a better roster, more valuable roster, what was available than what we had. Ollie Watkins alone is more valuable. And it's just Mendilibar, man, just defense by offense, baby. Our press that's it. Like
Keeney, baby. He cooked tonight. Keeney cooked.
He had an assist too. We were all worried about him.
Jesus, Keeney, guys. I thought he was great until he just couldn't run anymore. And who would have thought that Lopoulos, when the club got him and he was like the Chimikas replacement like 5 years ago or whatever, would come on in a European semifinal,
right?
And lock the game up, but play. The guy was that his first senior appearance for Olympiacos? Like, I don't think he's ever played for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that guy. That guy probably never thought he would play for even the first team of Olympiacos. Like, no one has thought about him.
I'm told the club had to pick him up at Nalu. He had
me and Marcel saw him at Nalu. He was like having a carbonara and a beer, and I was like, "There's no way this guy is gonna fucking make it at Olympiacos." Like, seriously, like he came on and he kind of looked good. I don't know. So crazy.
Yeah, it has to build up something for him starting from that game. I mean, surely on Sunday he will play, no?
Yeah.
Will he play on Sunday? Fuck, we have another final on Sunday. Jeez.
We do, yeah. I mean, we have 3 games now to end the season, but we'll get into that in a second. We have a quick comment. G-Man HD, thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Anything you guys give is super incredible, and of course we use and put right back into the show. And he says, Moussa Diaby underestimating us. Laugh out loud. We had posted a quote from Moussa Diaby. He had made a quote to The Athletic talking about that he believed in his team, and he goes, of course when we'll win there, of course. Like, he was very confident that they would get the result here and win. And we of course put that up on socials, and that aged well.
I think someone is waiting.
Yeah, looks like someone is waiting to come on as well.
Is it the Apostolopoulos of the podcast?
The Apostolopoulos of the podcast. What's that level? Yeah, dude.
What?
There's 5. It doesn't happen very often. There's 5 of us on. We are missing only one person. That is,
guys, we don't know if Kostas Lianos is alive. Like, none of us know if he made it.
He's at the press conference. He's at the press conference.
He's at the press conference. Okay.
So, unbelievable. Costa C, how are you doing, buddy?
What are we drinking tonight?
Where is it? There you go. Unbelievable. So the absurdity of this whole thing too, not just the fact that we're in the Conference League final. We already won the Youth League final. We're in the Final Four for basketball. And now we have a chance to win the Conference League. There is a possibility that we, maybe as small as it is, that we could bring home 3 pieces of European silverware, like for at this level. Forget other sports. I'm talking about basketball, football, Youth League, Conference League final, and EuroLeague final. That's absurd. It is absurd.
Yeah.
Considering where we
it's
came
not.
from.
No, it's not. It's not absurd. It's Olympiacos.
Yeah, it is, man. But like, considering how we started the season, like before January, did you have any hope of reaching Final Four with basketball with the injuries as they were piling up?
Yes.
Basketball, yes.
Man,
Yes.
I remember the end of the season, maybe not so well because I was concussed, but I remember us going through against Genk. So I don't remember the first half of the season. The rest was woozy. I got my memory back when Mendy Libar came. So, that concussion from the Genk game kind of stuck for a while, but
It's crazy.
I just can't believe this is the same season that Genk game was months ago. Oh my God.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
Feels forever
When the Panathinaikos, like the first derby against Panathinaikos at home, we're going through these issues, the fan bans, wondering what's going to happen. I like Carvajal was a coach at this club for like a month or a couple months. Like, did we also talk about that? Like, that happened. It's absurd, man. Like, I feel like
Freiburg away happened. 5-0 away happened.
We've lived through like 3 seasons in one this year, man. Nobody gets it. Like, if people, the Conference League, the official UEFA account had posted something about our season, I forgot what it was, and I was like, guys, if you only knew the context of what has occurred this season, to talk about what you're talking about, like this, the fact that it has happened in the way that it's happened is probably one of the most flabbergasting things, if that's even a word. It's utter absurdity. Utter absurdity.
Can I just say, like, I've had the biggest roller coaster of a day today, like both physically, like mentally, emotionally. I was supposed to be in Athens for the game today, but I fudged up my dates. Like, I thought I would be there until yesterday. Like, I thought I had my holiday tickets plans returning to Brussels on the 8th of May, and I would literally fly back out on the 9th on my own after I dropped my family off in Brussels. And then my wife tells me, no, we're coming back on the 9th. So, and I'm at the airport today, to make a long story short, and I'm in Kenya waiting for my flight to Athens to get to Brussels. And our flight from Kenya is 2 hours late. And I've literally, like, my wife's taken one of the kids to the toilet, and I've literally started calling people. And I'm like, oh, my connection flight is delayed, and I think I'm going to be stuck in Athens tonight. Can you get me into the stadium? And like, yeah, just emotionally, it was mental, mate. It's like being with my family and just like on the one hand trying to get home, and on the other hand thinking, oh my God, I could actually end up being in the stadium tonight. But then my flight to Brussels was delayed, and then I'm back in Brussels now. But we're in the final now. And I've booked my tickets to Athens, and I'm like everybody else scrambling, looking for tickets to the final. But whatever happens, I'm going to be in Athens on the 28th of May until the 30th. Whatever happens, I'll be there.
I'll be there as well. I changed my flight too. I just changed my flight. Let me look. I'm going to be there until Thursday, May 30th, the morning. So I just changed my flight. So now I'm just trying to, secure the ticket.
Let's get a big, like, Gate 7 International
meetup.
Hook up. Like somewhere.
Yes.
I need to change mine as well. My dad told me to call Aegean instead of trying to do it via their site, because apparently it's much easier when you call them.
Aegean's site is probably crashing, man. Like people trying to book change.
He was like, call them. So I'm going to call them after the show and see if I can get it changed.
Yeah,
because I'm meant to be flying on the Friday. So
my wife and I were on the phone with them because we had to change tickets like a month ago for something, and they were just like, they were awful.
I mean, for me, it's not even changing it. I'm meant to be flying with my missus on the Friday, and basically I want to make sure that she can still fly if I don't fly, and my return won't be affected. Even if I lose that outward ticket, I'll buy a whole nother ticket. I just don't want my return a week later to be fucked up, or her ticket to be fucked up, or anything like that. Basically, it's a lot simpler than that. But yeah, my God,
guys. But we also have to remember the most important thing. We have to also, while we're here, we need to remind Melissanidis and Ike to please take care of that stadium for us. We're going to need that in top condition before we go play there.
There's no way it's happening.
Their fans are going to go and destroy the pitch. They're going to go fuck up the pitch.
I was checking out some of like the Ike social media accounts, and it was so funny. I could not stop laughing. The level, they're so upset and deflated. They were every opportunity that Villa missed, I was watching like the same accounts. Like, oh come on, it's amazing, dude. Nothing would be better. Nothing would be better than to lift a trophy there for their 100th anniversary. God, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm going to be thinking about it like
happening. I'm just waiting for
in 2004, Greece won the Euro. In 2024, complete that sentence.
And then, so in 2044, we're winning the Champions League. That's what's happening, yeah.
Well done. That's a nice carry-on sentence,
mate. I can't wait. Liverpool, Olympiacos against Real Madrid in the final of the Champions League at like Wembley or something. My God.
That would be insane. G-Man coming in again. G-Man HD with another donation. Thank you again, buddy. Again, these everything that comes in here, we put right back in the show. We still have bigger things planned, whether it's software, you name it. All of that's going to go right back into the show to make this a better experience for all of you. Better equipment so that we can do more things, all of it. And the comment from G-Man is from that first half from Roy Keane's Israelis.
Robbie Keane, please.
Robbie Keane. Life isn't real. Unai Emery arguing with Rodinei and Fortunis too. Yeah, I saw that. Like, I saw Costa getting into it with him. Like, what a clown show. Emi Martinez was kind of tame though today, all things considered.
Apart from when he grabbed his head to try and get the ref to stop the game, even though they called offside, he didn't know that, and he basically tried to get the ref to stop the game because he bought out or someone had a free shot on goal.
Yeah,
that was pretty clowny. And
after he karate kicked Masuras,
yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, you know what's funny though?
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if you guys were like talking at all about the game or like analyzing it at all. So it's what do you analyze from like on a night like tonight? It's just the one thing from the first half that I think was super important, if I could stick to one thing, was that save that Zolaki makes in stoppage time.
Yeah,
it's 1-0. Like you're always like, just take it into half time, like. Take some time, like talk about things, come out in the second half, like put your foot on the ball, try and get a bit more possession, try and get another goal, etc. But just don't leak a goal before half time. And that save that he makes is deflected as well. Like, and that's a massive save that he's made in the first half. And just, I don't know if it's just because I came back from Crete and Kenya, but yeah, shout out, man. Like, that was big. That was massive.
No,
what story? Right. Like, how many fucking stories are there this season? Like,
so many.
Like the amount of people that need to apologize to Cordon. I'm just gonna say it. Like, Kinney today it wasn't like a wondrous performance, but like he did his job and he got an assist. And Iborra for me was man of the match. For me, my man of the match. The guy was a frigging mountain in midfield. So calm, so collected. It's massive, mate.
Hope his ankle's okay.
Yeah.
Hope his ankle's okay. Because Lord knows we need him for the final. I doubt we're gonna have him for this upcoming week of shit.
Yeah. That's it. Like in the Greek games too, like it's like Olympiacos' presence on the field is just different source.
Oh yeah.
When he's on the field and he's got Chiquinho and Heze in front of him, and he just sits there. And he bosses it. He comes in, he'll get an interception. Like, he's so calm and so big and so strong. And like we talked, I think Labro, you mentioned something in the chat earlier. It's like how we misused him, or just in general, like the beginning of the season, we were playing two pivots with him and Heze. And now he's just in that role in front of in the middle of the park. Just telling people where to go, positioning himself well, using his experience, using his body, like one-touch passing, left foot, right foot, simple, boom, 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 just like class.
Do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of one Olympiacos player in the past and one world-class player outside of Olympiacos. Olympiacos players, he reminds me of Orbaiz under Valverde like 10, 12 years ago. He was 10, 12 years ago. But most of all, he reminds me of Fabinho in his prime at Liverpool. Like just that sweeper that anything got behind the two midfielders in front of him, he was there. He was like Cerberus guarding the gates of Hades, literally doing the same for our defense. Like I fully agree with what you said, Costa. And I said it last week, leaving the Villa game as well in Birmingham. I was like, holy shit. He's literally like a changed man. He is so crucial. I thought he was man of the match last week too. I thought it was incredible. Shout out. Thanks for that. Thanks, Thrylos.
It was major Hodor vibes over 2 legs, man. Insane. Just Hodor, clean up. Hodor, carry. Like, just insane vibes. He was like, Hodor, tackle now. Hodor, get pass. Like, it was like, let's go, man. Just like this mountain of a man. It was just like, I give tackle. I give pass. And it's like, hell yeah.
Bobby.
We got another donation from current patron Ben DeRosia. Thank you for the donation, buddy, and thank you for being a part of the Patreon community. Just want to thank you, lads, for everything you do. You guys have made this magic run even more magical. We keep on dreaming. Well, it's like we said in a couple of times now, and just after the game ended. Small podcast that was audio only for a time, started by 3 friends, just as a space for Olympiacos fans, and now look where we are. Took a few years before we got to this point. We've lived all sorts of emotions and moments together, but glad to be here. I'm so and most of all, glad for the people that we've met along the way. Martial, Costa Levoyani, Dimitri, Kostas Lianos, and all of you guys. Because that's really it's the relationships that have been the most valuable thing, the best thing for us. I think I could speak for all of us when I say that. So thank you guys.
With Martial, but like everything except having to go on holiday with Martial is the worst thing that ever happened to me. But complaining,
Martial,
do
whining.
you remember Scarpa playing that this summer in Kalamata? Man, it's the same season. Scarpa
Was Scarpa this season? Was he playing for us this season?
He was there.
Dude, I still remember Martial like sweating through his shirt 3 times in this cafe in Kalamata with like insanely Greek people. There was the TVs weren't even HD. It was like 480p, like old TVs. And it was called like Sport Cafe or something. And the drinks like would literally go warm the second you took it out of the fridge. Martial at halftime is like throwing water on his face in the bathroom. It's like incredible stuff. Incredible.
Another donation coming in from Eleftherios Machinis. Let me pull. It said, after 18 European matches, we are in the final. Damn is right, Eleftheri. Damn is right. Incredible stuff, guys. Unbelievable.
Can I ask a question? Like,
go ahead, Costa.
Well, it's not a question actually. Like, put your hand up if you teared up tonight. Like, go on.
I teared up on the pod, mate. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you missed it, man.
Yeah.
If I wasn't about to have a heart attack, I probably would have. I've had way too much coffee. I haven't eaten like anything solid to put it down. I've been like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack at some point. So
if you're watching live wherever you are, get onto YouTube first of all. Like, put your hand up, or like just like James Hamilton here. James Hamilton says he was tearing up too. Oh man, I'm so emotional, mate. This is it's bigger. It's like our generation's moment, you know. So okay, I lived Juventus, but I was young. But I remember it. Like, I remember Juventus. I remember how that felt. But like for so many, like we've never done this before, mate. And okay, like Dimitri and I talked about this yesterday. It's not Champions League. It's not like the same thing. But this is why the Conference League was made too, so that leagues like ours or clubs clubs from leagues like ours can live that kind of moment. Like fans of such club can live a moment like that, to go to a European final, to compete, and you're still playing against good teams. Like, so you know that over the next couple of days, or even now, like probably some are trying to say, oh, you know, you just made it to the conference final, Farmers League final, or whatever. But like, no, man, no, nobody's taking that away from me. Nobody's taking that away from us, man. This is huge. We can become the first Greek club to win a UEFA competition. And we've said it so many times already, like in Ajax Stadium, 100 years, blah, 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 blah. That will be cherry on top. I could give a fuck if we do it in Ajax house. Great. So, lovely. Care more about Olympiacos winning a trophy. We do it in their house, even better. I'm not all about this, like, you know, just go there and take care of business. And Fiorentina are in cup final. Is it the Euro, like their Conference League? They were in the Conference League final last season too, no?
Yeah, they lost
Yes,
to West Ham last season.
They lost to West Ham, so like, you know, they'll be keen, obviously keen to like remedy what happened last season. But mate, like, this is unprecedented. How many, like, just like, if you've ever been to a big competition, like to a European, like to Euros or to a World Cup, like the atmosphere in the city where the game's taking place, like a Champions League final or any kind of big event, it's going to be mad, mate. It's just going to be absolute pandemonium on the streets of Athens those days, and outside the stadium, inside the stadium, surely, like, I don't know how they're going to do with tickets, man. I mean, UEFA have been like organizing raffles up until now, right? Like I think like 10,000 tickets for one team, 10,000 for another one. And then, you know, neutral, and it's only what, a 34,000 seat stadium. People are going to be fucking, sorry, excuse my French. It's a slaughter to try and get your hands on a ticket already. And like, we have no idea at this point in time, like, other than connections and whatever, you have no idea what's going on with tickets. No idea.
Yeah. And people have been asking us about tickets. It's like, unless you win one of those raffles, buddy, sorry, you're gonna end up paying $1,200 for a ticket on some other site, on a third party site. So I'm still waiting for to get up in the morning to read that Sport 24 Gazeta article or Sport FM, and to read about how there's a recommendation being made that the game won't be had there, and it's going to have to be moved to somewhere else. But it'll be absurd.
I think they should just move the final to Oaxaca. Personally, I still think it would
bigger.
I think it would be fucking much better. Like, I don't know what to say. I said it jokingly. Martial and I went to OPAP Arena in the summer. I don't know how logistically it's even physically possible. Like, the amount of people who will go there just to be there as well. It's going to.
It does not look possible to me.
It doesn't look possible. Like, it does not look possible at all. And I feel like the government is shitting themselves right now, to be honest. Like,
oh yeah.
I would not want to be with how much shit the Greek police has, after we started the year where a fucking guy was murdered outside the stadium because they're so incompetent. Like, and now they're going to be organizing this. It just,
at that stadium too.
I just, like, this is a country that can't organize a cup final, right? It has to be like in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Volos and whatever, the middle of nowhere, in a shitty stadium with no fans, in order for it to happen. Like, this is a country where the Greek police is not even competent enough to host a game with fans in its own league, and they're going to do it in a tightly compact urban environment in Athens. Martial, like, I don't know what you think. Like, you went to the stadium too. Like, when we were walking around there, could you see, like, see it work.
The access to the stadium like sucks so bad. You have to walk on the literal road to get into the stadium, and if you throw Olympiacos fans and Italian fans into that, I mean, you basically need to shut down an entire part of the city, which is very probable because that's the only solution. But also the stadium itself, like it's super packed. You're super close to people in the seats. So,
to be honest, like it was not as nice. Like if I can say, Martial, you've been to a lot of stadiums across France. Like I've been to quite a few across Europe. Like it was not that nice. Like the seats are super tight together. Yeah. Also, when you sit in this lower section, you're a few rows up. Like the concrete overhang blocks your view of any ball played off the floor, and it's just like, what is this place kind of thing? But it's not time to shit on the stadium, but like
try to use every centimeter available to make as much seats as possible.
Yeah,
just to make sure it was a couple of seats bigger than the Karaiskaki, so that they can say they have the biggest stadium in Greece.
But I'm serious, like going there again, I don't physically see how it's possible. Like I'm sure the Greek government's going to release statements and something's going to be done and they're going to try, but like it would just be so disappointing if episodes break out and it's just like let's just hope not, like someone figures this out. Like I don't know, maybe they may need to call the military. And like I have no idea. I have no idea what they're gonna do.
You think about it too, man. Like it's across town. Like, I mean, say we win it, everybody that's at the stadium's gonna sooner or later want to go get down to Pasalimani.
Yeah,
to be there. How?
Again, the metro is like 15-minute walk from the stadium, and it's a shit show. Walking on the street, no infrastructure. Like people don't understand. Like it. Again, Martial, you want to tell them their experience when we took the metro to the stadium? Like,
I think it was okay. It's just the part from the metro to the stadium. I mean, if you don't know where it is, you have no possibility to find it. Like there is no signal, no advertisement of the stadium, and it's super weird. Like it's really into the city. You don't see that much nowadays with new stadiums.
Right. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, to be honest with you, because it's like there was a comment here like, how are the Fanatiki going to afford $1,000 tickets? It's not they'll be there. Like people be outside the stadium, they won't care, and that's the problem you have to worry about. And of course, like there's no reality in where I see that like something doesn't happen and then the fans are fighting with police and so on and so forth. It'll just be a disaster.
Can I just take a moment whilst we're talking about this to give a shout out to G-Man again for yet another donation, for your third donation, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks a lot. We appreciate all your support. As Adi said earlier, all of your support goes right back into Gate 7 International, be it the show, be it the site, everything. I can't thank you enough for making the club I love accessible to the English speaker. I remember manually translating all news posts many years ago. Glad we can help out, mate. It's Olympiacos. We were saying it yesterday with Costa. Olympiacos is a global club. We're everywhere, literally everywhere, and not just amongst Greeks of the diaspora, but amongst non-Greeks as well. So we're glad we can help get the news out there in a language other than Greek that other people can understand. So thank you for the support, and thanks everyone for your support.
Yes. Yeah, completely. God. On another topic, God, just.
We're speechless in here. Like,
it's the first time when I'm like on another topic and I'm like, what do I want to talk about? I don't know.
About Mendy Libre going to 2 finals in a row?
People are
2 years
talking
in a
about
row.
selling kidneys.
Yeah, people
What
in my
about
chat are talking about selling kidneys, and I'm like,
What-
well,
what is
I was
going on?
like, I was like, do I talk about Roddy Nay? And then I look, Eli's like, I'm gonna sell a kidney to make it to the final.
Have you guys been through some comments? Like,
No, go through the comments.
all right.
Obviously, because we can't speak, so let the comments.
Theo Ioannidis, no suspensions in the final, as far as I know.
I think they get wiped, don't they? So even Penense, it gets wiped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Okay.
Exactly. There's
That's
been a few
one
comments
thing to worry about less. I'm sorry.
We never actually like said anything about Mendilibar, did we? Have we like given this man props on this show? I know we've done it in other shows, but like today also, this man is going to his second straight UEFA final. His second straight UEFA final. He took Sevilla there to the Europa League final and won last year, and now he's here. And he came and took over a club with no player that he chose, fixed the disaster situation that we had, and now he's going back to his second straight final. That's absurd. This guy is ridiculous. And thank you, coach, for making us believe again, for making us feel like this. Because not long before you came, we were definitely not feeling like this. We were counting down the days till the end of the season for another restart. So
the press that he's introduced, the press and the counter press, because we've got two different types of presses, at least in my eyes. Fuck me, it reminds me of Jurgen Klopp coming to Liverpool at the start. Like, it's incredible. I've never seen a Greek team play like this, because usually Greek teams sit back, or if they're playing against lesser opposition, they just control the ball and there's just no incisiveness. And when they play against better opposition, they just sit back and sort of try and absorb and hit on the break. But we're pressing against teams like Fenerbahce and Aston Villa. Like, what? Yeah. What? Like, today we were pressing. Like, I'm sorry, what? And Villa again did not learn their lesson. No. They played in exactly the same way. They played out from the back. They were so stubborn. And it's like, mate, it didn't work last week. Why do you think it's going to work this week? Like, you have to play over the defenders' heads. Like, you have to just try and hoop it long. You can't keep trying to play through your keeper, through your defense, through your midfield, and just play tiki-taka football when the other team's pressing so high and so successfully. So his press that he's introduced is brilliant, and he's done it. So he's managed to get the team on it so quickly, which is unbelievable considering a correct press is so difficult to do, and to get everyone on the same page, both physically, mentally, and just everything. It's so tricky to do, and he's managed to do that so fast. And it's not just Olympiacos, but I think it's something that we don't really see in Greek football. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating things, but has he just revolutionized Greek football?
I don't know if you guys saw, but when he entered for the press conference, the reporters gave him a standing ovation. The Olympiacos reporters literally gave him a standing ovation as he came into the press room. It's incredible.
No, Dimitri, you're 100% right. We have never seen a press like this, and I do have to get moving myself. I've got an hour drive home, but I've said it before, and it's different than even one of our favorite coaches, Ernesto Valverde, another Basque coach. It's different than his also, and it's amazing how with the same pieces that we had before with a different manager, how much different the product is. And it's not like this guy he's not doing anything crazy, right? He's not like Diego Martinez or Corbaran or these other guys that are like, what do you call them? Tacticians. The guy has his system and he plays that. The only thing that he'll change is how far high up the line he's pressing or how deep, and then personnel. And that's it. And he's got, I said watermelon balls last time against Aston Villa when he came out and pressed in England. And today he didn't give a shit either. I can name every other coach I can think of that would have just said, come to me. Mid block, maybe. Low block, you come to me. Absolutely fucking not. Mendilibar went balls to the walls again. They're not watermelon balls anymore. I don't even know where we're at now. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of how much bigger they are. But this man does not give a shit. He plays his way, and it is so perfect for Olympiacos. Because we expect to, no matter who we play against, that we're going to fight, and we're going to give everything in that respect. And he has brought back that legend at the lion spirit, the character that we expect from our team on the field at Olympiacos. And above all, I thank him for that, because he has brought that back. He made these players believe. He made these players believe, especially when we go down or we're at a loss, that they have the ability and the means to be able to come back and win these games, whether it's like the games against Maccabi Tel Aviv. And I miss that, because for 2 seasons, how many times did we cop a goal and the heads go down? Not anymore. Mendilibar has changed that, and I thank him for that. So thank you, coach. Thank you, man of the match, Ayub El Kapi, for 5 goals. Like 5 goals in 2 games, also against a Premier League side.
Top 4 Prem
Top
side.
4 Premier League side. Like, what? Man of the match. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, everybody, for making this special. I mean, I love all of it. I love all of you guys. This is going to be a fantastic drive home.
Yeah.
So,
and
enjoy.
I actually just got sent this, surprisingly. I didn't know this was possible, but Ike just made a sale to Fiorentina. Unfortunately, we're going to be seeing Petros Mandalos in the midfield. Unfortunately, this just came out. This is breaking news. Do with that what you will. It's not exciting.
Has Ari left the building?
He had enough with this joke.
He's had enough.
That was the last straw, Labra.
You saw that Mandalos jersey go up.
Oh my god!
But also, I think the Fenerbahce tie was the most difficult for us. The more I think about it, because it was exactly the kind of club that is in a similar situation than us, like same kind of players, better squad for Fenerbahce. But I think the winner of the Conference League was decided on that tie, because I don't know why, but I was afraid. And as soon as we won against Fenerbahce, I knew we were going to go further. Of course, it's easier to say it now that we beat Aston Villa twice, but I don't know. It's if you pass Fenerbahce in a competition like that, you need to go through until the end.
But I also want to talk about something Ari talked about. Like, the Mendilibar teams are different because we're not afraid and we go in and fight. Like, these Martins European games that were, some of them super epic, like the Arsenal game, like we were on the back foot. We were praying for our lives. We felt confident over 2 legs against that. Just, it was a different feeling tonight. I know we had difficulties against Tel Aviv. We had difficulties against Fener going to penalties, but you need a tiny bit of luck, and maybe we got that against Fener, but just incredible stuff. And we cut out the mistakes, Retsos and Carmo just fucking played out of their skin today, played so good. And it made ever since Ibora came in, man, ever since he came in, like, was it the second half of the Fener game? Does anyone know?
Yeah, he came in the halftime.
Like, It was like the key that was missing, the Thanos like little stone, and then he like became powerful or whatever. It was like Ibora coming in like unlocked so many other things. I feel like it unlocked so much of Podence and Fortunis, who just they were also tracking back, but I think it really, his positioning and his understanding of the game has unlocked them quite a bit as well. So,
like that in itself, to add to what Ari said, a couple of things. How long have we talked about Fortunis as being a player that can only play one position, and like he should play the 10 and he can't play anywhere else? And yet, if you go onto Transfermarkt right now and you look at how many games he's played this season, how many games he's played as a 10, is it more than 2? I can't honestly remember. like him playing more than a couple of games as a 10.
He's been a winger.
He's been a winger all season, and he's developed that chemistry with Rodinei. And today you've seen him like diving in for like loose balls and getting down for tackles, getting back and doubling up on Luca Digne and making sure that they don't have like what's it called, situations just down the wing, like overlaps or overloads down the wing. He's like protecting the wing, doubling up with Rodinei, and that's the manager. There's no like, yeah, of course he's in a contract year, his contract's up, etc. But we've never seen that from Fortunis, man. Never. We've never seen that from him as long as he's been at Olympiacos.
Also,
and that's down to the manager.
The way he defended, it's probably the best Mendilibar's achievement, because since Fortunis had the two injuries on his knees, it's not the same player in terms of physicality, what his body allows him to do. And I don't think he was that good with the ball today. I mean, he lost a few possessions that could have been interesting, but the way he defended, he has become some kind of a Masouras. I mean, how many times we've said Masouras, he can track back, he can run and stuff. But the thing is, Fortunis for Mendilibar is not that player. And I don't see really a difference. Of course, Masouras probably runs more, but Fortunis probably now looks better than before the two injuries for me.
I agree.
It doesn't have the same influence on the team, because the team itself probably is better, but it has more things to offer. Even especially if Mendilibar stays the next season, which is the case.
Can I just take a moment to give a shout out to Christos Moraitis here for his donation. Thank you so much, Christo. As I mentioned above with the other donations, and as Adi mentioned as well, all the donations go back into Gate 7 International and all our work we do for you guys. So thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. I'm so grateful to you guys for what you are doing, Olympiacos and Caps. And just a special shout out on my side for Christo for helping me out with the Villa game last week. He got the ticket for me, and he was the reason why I managed to go to Villa Park last week. So I really appreciate what you did for me last week, and thank you very much for your donation. It's brilliant to see what an incredible family we have, what an incredible group of like-minded individuals that are arosti, sick with the Olympiacos bug. So it's brilliant to see. So thank you all for your support, and thank you, Christo, specifically.
And I think we can talk about it. Maybe with some of these donations, we have to buy a camera and some microphones for when we're in Athens for the final. So maybe we'll use some of the money for that. That's been on our to-do list, and maybe that's a final reason to go do that. So thank you guys. Keep supporting us. It'll make better content for you and just make us grow as a group as well.
That's a good opportunity to remind people to hit the like button if they haven't done so already. I don't know how many have done it, but literally takes a second, and it helps us to find more Olympiacos fans around the world. What a night. What a night.
I think it's time for me to go to bed, to try to go to bed.
It's the sickness, mate. It's the sickness of Olympiacos. You can't go to bed like when we've won because you're buzzing from the win. You can't go to bed after a defeat because you're upset. That's why it's sickness, man.
I need to move back to the States, man, where you're finished with the game and it's like 6 p.m. You can decompress, and like you're not.
The best thing to do being back in the US is like you go to the gym and you bump like fucking loud music. You listen to the deep bass goals as well, and you like lift 20 kilos more than usual. You know, you're like strongest man in the gym. Maybe it's not good, but that's kind of what I try to do. So
no, that's the answer, mate. Because like I don't know about you guys, but I'm so emotionally drained after yesterday and today. Like I am crashing so hard that.
And we play PAOK Sunday in Tumba, and like the title is still to play for you. Like, is everyone ready? Like, we said it. We were like, from today, chaos is about to ensue. So
Like, it is a question for like, okay, this is maybe more for Labro and Dimitri. Kalnichta, Masha, bonne
See you
nuit, mon
soon,
ami.
guys.
bon
See you,
nuit,
mate.
mon ami,
Bye-bye.
ça va, au revoir, bon chance.
Give the money
I'll
back
stay for
from
this
the
last
nation,
question,
Ambros.
Costa.
Shut up. Bon
Guys,
courage.
so that Ritas from Basket News, he put out a tweet now and he's basically asking like Olympiacos fans, how you feeling? Like what was more? He said, you're celebrating today even more than yesterday. Which win feels more important? I don't know about like which one feels more important, but I felt like, I don't know, man. Like yesterday, we had our backs to the wall. Like we're playing away from home, like 2-2 in the series. Last game, like winner goes to the final, loser goes home. And this one's like, you go into the first final you've ever been to. You continue to make history. I don't know. It's uncomparable, but like, it's maybe it's what we talked about yesterday. Dimitri, basketball's just so different, man. The emotions, like the feeling, you can't compare to football. It's like the intensity and the pace at which like your emotions can change as well from one moment to the next.
Well, yeah, because this game today, after the second goal, you had about 10 minutes where you knew the game was over. You knew we'd done it. So you sort of start processing your emotions. Whereas with the basketball, it was like my heart. There was no point where my heart today was like, I'm going to have a heart attack. Do you know what I mean? Whereas yesterday I had about 1 million heart attacks in the space of the final quarter alone. And even though basketball for me is my number one sport, today means more simply because in basketball, we've done it. We've gone to 12 or 13 Final Fours. We've won the EuroLeague title 3 times, 2 of them during my lifetime that I can remember. The first one I was too young to remember, but the others I remember very vividly as a teenager. So this is something unprecedented. So I'd be very surprised that even if the biggest basketophily, but basketball files, would that be the correct word? Lovers of basketball, like myself, even them, they'd still say tonight, I think, because of the uniqueness of the situation. Correct me if I'm wrong, Labro, or Costa, if you guys think otherwise, but I think it's the same with the league. It's what I've been saying the whole time. Ever since the Conference League has started to become a possibility of us winning it or doing well, I've gone, really couldn't give a shit about the league because we've done it so many times. Obviously, it's not the same. I do care. And obviously, the EuroLeague is a lot more prestigious than the Greek Football League. But this is unprecedented.
Yeah, I think that I echo everything you said. And it's different with the football team because just the circumstances are different, and there's so many things going against us as well. The size of the country, the coefficient, etc. And we've done it before in basketball. It's just, if we can do it in football, it seems like it's been the final piece that's been missing for Olympiacos, like as a major multi-athletic sports club, is a European trophy in football. Like, I think a lot of people will tell you that. And I don't know if you guys saw or were watching Cosmote's stream, but they interviewed like an 85-year-old grandfather who was just like, I don't care about the cup. Like, I've seen enough in my life. I don't care about the championship. Like, I want, before like I pass, essentially, he was like, I want to see Olympiacos win a European title. And it was just like, God bless that guy's soul. You know what I mean? Just like, Olympiacos lift a European title for, so many generations, so many generations of people who have not been able to see that come through. So I just hope we can make it happen. I just hope and pray we can make it happen.
What about this guy?
Peter told me he'll make an appearance at the final. That's what he told me. I texted him and asked.
Lads, I'm going to bounce as well.
Okay.
I need to head off. I need to try and call a Gian, or I might leave that for tomorrow. It's been a pleasure.
Do it now.
It's been a pleasure sharing this, guys, with you. And I can't believe I only joined at the start of this season. It's felt like it was
True.
10 years ago with everything that we've experienced. What a season.
True.
Super grateful for everything. And yeah, we go again on Sunday. Madness. What night? It's been a pleasure. Kalanichta. Good night to everyone. And Olympiacos Panapola. Thank God I'm an Olympiacos fan. Thank whatever God you believe in. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.
All right, mate.
A good one. God.
Ready for Athens, mate?
I'm ready. We're
I'll
going.
see you on the 28th of May. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. I extended my trip. I think I told a few people, but I'm set to fly to Athens next week. Just for holiday and just to see friends, family. But as soon as we made it, I extended my trip. So I'm extended the trip. Whatever happens, I'm gonna be around. I'm just praying we get a ticket, that's
You and however
how many
million...
tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands other people. Yes. So yeah. So
Oh, mate.
we're trying, but what can you do? We are press after all. We should go to the press section. But I think UEFA will have different rules for that, so we will see.
Let's see. In the meantime, I want to also take the opportunity to thank some new patrons that have signed up today. That's Kostas Kaliagas, Leonidas Kalkias, and Panos. Thank you very much for joining our Patreon group. You'll all be added to the WhatsApp group, and I think Costa, Pano, you've signed up for the extended content €5 program. Guys, also go and check out our merch store, which has been live now for a couple of weeks. You can go and buy some of these nice Adidas hats on the site, www.gate7intl.com. Hit the merch tab, it will take you to the shop. You can also get a shirt like the one that I'm wearing. Go and check it out. Like, there's lots of really nice stuff on there. There's international shipping. So if you haven't checked that out, bookmark it or make a note of it now and go and check it out. Hit the like button as well. Subscribe if you're joining for the first time. We're Gate 7 International, your #1 English source for all things Olympiacos, brought to you by Olympiacos fans from around the world in English. Should we open the lines? You got anything else to add? Or
open the lines. Yeah, let's open the lines. I'm gonna get some water as well. So let's do that.
Super. Oh my goodness. Stefane, την πρόκριση την πήρε το Καραϊσκάκι. Insane atmosphere today. Stefane, thank you so much, my friends. Hopefully, I look forward to meeting you in Athens at the end of May. My birthday is the 27th, by the way.
Okay.
Get me a ticket for my birthday. Stefan, I look forward to meeting you, mate. Hope we'll be able to make that happen when we're down then. Thank you so much for the donation. Stefanos Dris, one of our patrons. Thank you so much.
Stefanos, if you want, come in, join us as well. If go out on the balcony, join us if people are sleeping. I don't know if anyone's sleeping, but
I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. If you're following us from Twitter, I see quite a few people on Twitter that are following us. You can get your ass onto YouTube and you can hit the link and join the show. If you don't want to put your camera on, you can just do audio. That's fine. If you want to show your face, that's great too. Wherever you are.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some water.
Λοιπόν. And we already have one keen guest. This is becoming a thing now after like every result like this. Gio, what's up, man?
Γίνεται γούρι αυτό το πράγμα.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to keep happening, mate.
What's up?
Good. What did your daughter give you to wear today?
This one. It's unbelievable.
So you're not like wearing what you wore last match? No? Something different every time?
What the little baby's gonna give us, that we gotta wear.
How you feeling, man?
I'm a little bit sick. Yesterday I left work also with some stomach problems.
Yeah.
Everything what I eat was going out. But
Okay. But
You
you
know,
feel a little bit. You're feeling a little bit better after today and yesterday.
a little bit.
A little bit.
How you doing?
I'm digesting, mate. I've had a long day. I came from Hangya earlier. I had a trip delayed. I don't know if you were listening earlier, but like there was almost a moment during today when I actually may have gone to the game because my flight was delayed and I thought I'd be stuck in Athens and I'd already started making calls to try and get in. But anyway, now I'm back in Brussels and I got home like 5 minutes after kickoff and like on the 10th minute, I was just, literally walked in, like all my bags, the 3 kids, the wife, and just stood in front of the TV. My wife knew not to say anything to me. And I was standing up and we scored the first goal and like we all started jumping around, like my kids, my wife, even my wife celebrated with me and she doesn't give a shit about football. Like she doesn't care about sport like so much, but like she saw how happy I was and she got involved too, which was nice. Yeah, man, great feeling. I shed a few tears after the final whistle too. Magic, and it still hasn't really sunk in.
I think the 33,000 who were in the stadium, I think we all had the same. This is unbelievable. Yes, Lamro, by the way.
Kalispera.
My turn to go and get some water.
Yeah, guys.
Go ahead.
I don't know what to say, really. This is something unbelievable. Like I say, from the first time I came in, with Medilibar, everything is possible.
Just not that all I don't know. I didn't think it was coming. I didn't think it.
He made a team of us. Like I think you say it previous time. There were a few years ago, we had a team. Somebody was kicked and nobody was saying something. We got also with the eye game. I remember the 1-2. Nobody was complaining about the offside or the foul or something. And now even when Emery was making the sleep thing, you saw Fortunis and Rodinei, they want to attack him,
Yeah.
So finally we got the team.
It's completely changed. The whole everything. I don't know how to describe it.
The whole mindset has changed.
Yeah.
We
In
were
so
an
short of a time.
European club, but now we are for sure.
I don't know how we can go back from this. Like, it's just, we haven't won the title yet. And I just keep thinking now we have 3 games for the league as well. We have, from Sunday, we have a week essentially to go win the title now.
Yep. In 10 days, 4 games.
And then what do we have? And then after that, we have a whole week and a half to get ready for the final. So I don't know I know we're all living this moment right now, but
we need to enjoy this day now. And from tomorrow, the players need to focus again on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be a cherry on top to go for the league now and to win in Leoforos. The first step is going to Tumba. They can still win the league as well, so they're not going to give up on us. So,
no, for sure not. Yeah. It would be something great to win the championship in Leoforos.
Yes.
And then the conference in Zaba Sofia. Name it how you want it.
I still don't know if it's going to happen there. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen at the stadium. I don't know. It's not my responsibility, thankfully. So,
no. You know what the thing is? Yeah, I don't want to say it, but even if we're not going to win it, I'm so fucking proud of what we achieved.
Yeah.
So fucking proud.
Yeah. It's historic moments for the club. It grows the brand globally. Just, everyone is talking about Olympiacos across Europe, around the world today. And, when people, when they see Olympiacos, they'll think this is a serious club. This is a club that goes to finals. This is a club that put down the best the English teams have. We went to Fenerbahce. We're not scared. You know, it means a lot.
We play with balls. Really, we play with balls. We put so many press on them. Chiquinho is unbelievable. You know, the whole team is playing unbelievable, but Chiquinho, wow.
And
He's really like a papaki,
midfield.
Mihanaki.
Yeah. He kept going.
You know what the funny thing is that when Iborra came, everybody was saying it's a palto. It's a palto. He achieved what he needs to achieve, and now he comes for the glory, you know, to win a championship. But what was his name? Carbon.
Carvajal.
No. The technical. Cordon. I don't know what players he bring us, but
Freire. He did bring Freire, to be fair, but he did bring Heze. He did bring Iborra. He did bring Kini. So he brought Alcabi, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
yes. Guys,
Alcabi could go.
Amazing.
All of Europe is talking about Alcabi. He could go wherever he wants this summer, probably, if he's on a free contract. So.
Yeah, but I think he loves the club. Yeah. I think he loves the atmosphere. He loves everything about us.
He's a late bloomer. He's 31, and this is like his best season ever. You look at his stats; like he's never produced anything close to this. It's just good for him. Good for him. And Olympiacos gave him the opportunity and trusted him. And
I hope he's gonna score another goal in the final, or 2 goals, or 3 goals. With this guy, you never know.
Exactly.
Maybe Kanat Salidaki.
Only 1 goal in the final. Hella.
1-0. Even if Zolakis will score it, I don't care. The only thing I want is to put the fucking thing up.
Yeah.
I do.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? I had more stress in the away game than today. Somehow.
Yeah, we scored quick. We scored early today.
I had some way of feeling that we're gonna win it for sure.
It's Karaiskaki back at its best, man.
I haven't seen that in years. We haven't seen it like that in years, man.
It had to be, man.
It would be great if it will be every match like this. Who's gonna stop us then?
The game against Ike, if we win against PAOK, that game against Ike, almost a week from today. Jesus Christ, another one. Ready yourselves.
It will be fire.
That's the last game of the season at home.
No, yeah, last home game of the season. Yeah. There's so much still to play for. We talked about this. We didn't, we now have a week that determines you got to win all 3 games, but take one at a time. If we win the first one against PAOK, we're off to the races. So
yep.
It's going to be incredibly difficult.
2 of the 6 we already made. 4 to go.
4 to go.
4 to go.
4 to go in football and 2 to go in basketball. Well, plus however many in the Greek league, but anyway.
Let's hope that will be 3. But
this color,
but everything's possible. We keep on dreaming.
Amen. All right, mate. We'll go to the next one.
Yes, like you said also before, the basketball, we achieved it already. This one is more important for me personally.
With you.
Παιδιά, let's keep the hoodie. Τα λέμε ξανά.
See you next time.
Καλό.
See you, mate.
Άντε, καληνύχτα. Θρύος για πάντα.
Fantastic. And next one is Yanis. Hello, my friend.
Hey,
look at that.
Guys?
Look at
How
that.
are you
Where
doing?
are you calling from? Are you calling from inside the Olympiacos offices? It's too much daylight.
No, I'm actually at home right now. I'm from the US. I live in New Jersey.
Nice.
Έχω πάει 2 φορές στο Καραϊσκάκι during my spring break last year for the PAOK game and where we won 3-1.
Nice.
And Addis game when we tied 2-2.
Oof, and Michel got fired in the closet. Yeah.
I remember that one. But and I ended up somehow getting these.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That's from last season's team.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I ended up somehow with the James Rodriguez.
Oh
Oh
no.
my goodness.
That's crazy. But great game tonight. I think
Yeah.
great team win. One step closer, but it was great. The thing as I was thinking before the game is Mendilibar, is he gonna wanna take out his main starters and rest them for? Is he caring more about the finals? Is he caring more about the Protathema? So is he gonna want to take out the main rotation to rest them, a good amount of them, or is he taking the Protathema more seriously now?
I think you're gonna see Nelson Abbey play. You're gonna see Gelson Martins play. You're gonna see Fran Navarro play for sure. The question there is, okay, what's next? You may see Horta come in, start in the team. On the right, you don't really have anyone, right? At this moment, Keeney's going to have to play left back. Our friend Costas Fianos reported that Richards and Ortega are out on Sunday as well. They're both not fit.
That's not going to be the best scenario for us, but I guess
so.
Today,
Yeah.
Keeney he played very well.
But the problem is Keeney fit enough as well to play? Apostolopoulos is like, that was his first appearance essentially for Olympiacos, other than a cup game, I guess. So
Yeah.
There is a lot of steps.
That was a massive introduction for him today.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to the press conference, but Costa seems to have said that the coach has a lot of trust in him and that he considers him for the game against BAUK on the weekend. And if anything, he's shown that he's not afraid to make some tweaks here and there and to give opportunities to players.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also, like, based on what I've seen in general, you kind of just get the feeling that whoever's out there on the pitch, they know what they're doing. They know what their role is. They know what they're supposed to do. The tactical approach is, adopted by everyone and enforced and implemented when they're out on the pitch. So I think Labro's spot on with those players that he named, like Gelson Martins in particular, probably Nelson Abbey. I think Rodinei will have to play because we don't have options.
Is Biancon the rest of the season, or
Biancon's finished for the season? Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. So big game against BAUK, just like we said with Joe before. Four more wins that we need.
Finals. 4 more finals for Olympiacos. Every game is a final.
Yeah, so. every game has to be treated like a final. That's the mentality we have to. We want to win the league, because if I'm correct, if we win the Conference League and the Protathema, we get group stage Champions League, right?
We get to choose.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. What?
Yeah, no, at least I read that from a good enough source the other day, I feel. So, but
we choose qualifying for Champions League, or we choose group stage Champions League.
Playoff, I think. Yeah. So
you go to the playoff. Yeah. Okay.
It's like Europa League is secure, but we could choose to play a qualifier for Champions League. But I'm not sure where we would enter.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's cross that bridge
when it comes.
When it comes, hopefully it does come.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But there was one other thing. Like, I was thinking, the fact that we have those big games in Greece now against like BAUK, AEK, Panathinaikos back to back. That's good, man. Like, that keeps everyone in the team like plugged in, and just like amped and ready every game. Like, they gonna go into the final against Fiorentina at the end of the month after having played those 3 games. And of course, like, if we manage to win the league as well, like,
they're gonna be
confidence
ready.
Yeah, confidence is already high, but like, if we win the league as well with everything that's happened, it's like massive for confidence, but just like momentum and belief that they'll have. Like, they'll be flying. Like, they'll feel like, who was the Greek god that flew around, the messenger god? Hermes.
Yeah.
They'll feel like that on the field, mate. They feel like they're flying
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, confidence will be at a all-time high. Yeah, especially if we win the league and we're going on to the final. I was listening to like an older podcast this week about how you guys talking about how they're gonna organize this final, and I think you guys maybe spoke about today. I tuned in a little late. It's gonna be crazy. I think. I mean, my Theo Dimitri is a huge I fan. Talk about at Easter at the table, saying how like they're gonna change the venue if they're only back because they're not gonna. Because apparently, I'm not sure if you ever seen at Yashov. Yeah, it's in a neighborhood. It's not an actual street. It's like houses of Ike fans.
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah,
I talked about it. Yeah.
What, how do you think is it the Greek police handling that, or is it UEFA?
It's the Greek police. Yeah. So they have the responsibility to keep everyone safe and to make sure things don't get out of hand. And what is the confidence in them at this moment after the things we've seen? So
Man, I'm pretty sure calls have been made already.
100%.
I'm pretty sure the Prime Minister himself made the call.
I'm surprised we went through today because once he told us good luck, I thought I was worried.
Ready for Lubin. Yeah.
All right, Nikta, it was nice talking to you.
Thanks for supporting, mate. Take care.
I'm trying to wait for my application now to see if my tickets got approved, but so we're waiting. Keep reloading the page. So
good luck.
Take care, mate. All right. Next one's, I think, an audio listener. Alex Budlas. How are you?
I'm on, boys.
Hey there.
Can you hear us? Hello?
We lost him. Hold on. Can you hear us, Alex?
Yeah, I can hear, boys.
You can hear us?
Yeah.
Perfect. How you doing, mate?
Fucking brilliant, boys. After that today.
Pretty good, no?
I'm buzzing.
Are you a Londoner?
No, well, I used to live in London.
Okay, you sound like a Londoner.
Yeah, I've grown up abroad, like a few different countries. But I used to live in London when I was in primary.
Nice. Okay. Where did you watch the game today?
Just at home.
Family Olympiacos fans?
Sorry?
Family Olympiacos fans?
Well, like, my parents aren't really into football, but my dad's from Biras, Masalimani, and my mom's from Keratsini. So we're Olympiacos fans, but they're not really into that football. But me and my brother are very much so.
Mm.
Nice.
Are you in the UK?
No, I study in Dublin.
Ah, okay.
But I was lucky enough to go to the game last week. It was only the second game I've gone to, and oh my god,
buzzing!
I still can't believe it.
Believe it.
Yeah, I know. You're 100% right, but I'd never ever think like we'd ever be in the European final.
I said it earlier, man. That's why the Conference League was made. It's like for moments like these and for like fan bases like ours. So like, let's be real. Like, when are we ever gonna win a Champions League? Like, it's just that it's done, man. Like, Champions League is
next year. I remember in the Europa. I remember we were saying, like, all me and my boys, we were talking. We'd rather finish third and go conference than. I think this was like after the West Ham. I can't remember which game it was after, but we were saying we're better off. I remember saying better off going to conference and going on a run, say round of 16 or something like that. And I think we're actually in the final.
I remember thinking too, is like we drew Fenerbahce and it was a shit show and we were a disaster and Carvajal just came and thinking, okay, we can still get past them, you know, like they're a decent team in Europe. They've been to, I think, even the Champions League a few times.
Yeah,
we get past. We had a few shit our pants moments, but we got past them. You draw Tel Aviv and you think tough, but again, you know, we can do it. There's the shock at home. We come back, and then we draw Fener, and you're thinking. You look at the squad list, and you're like, this is it. This is the end. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going and it's just. Costa mentioned when conference was started. I think you were on the podcast, but I think Costa, you were like, this competition is meant for Olympiacos to win. Like this is this is it. Like, if we're gonna do it, we can do this. And I remember the first time I thought about this was when PAOK went to the quarterfinals against Marseille. It was like, holy shit, like PAOK, no offense, Mickey Mouse history in Europe has made it to the quarterfinal of a European competition. And we're a few games away from a fucking final. And I was thinking to myself, like, we could do this on the right year. Did I think this was the right year? Fuck no. I did not think this was the right year, but we've done it. We've just done it. And it's incredible.
I don't think what you're saying there, I don't think at any of the draws for the conference I thought we were going through. The first one with Carvalhal, I was like, there's no way, but this guy's not a manager. Then Maccabi to lose 4-1 at home. I know I've lived in Ireland for time, and they have Robbie Keane as their manager. And I actually couldn't believe it. I was like distraught. I was sat watching the second leg with my brother, and I was like, there's no way. And then the first goal and the second and the third, and then you start believing. And then Fener, you never want to lose to the Turks. And then to get the Costantinople, like, it's just And then Villa, I was like, I watched a lot of Premier League. I was like, there's no way. There's no way we beat these. These are a proper elite side. And to win home and away, score 6 goals, just I just hope we do it in the final, man. I'm praying to God. If I get Olympiacos lift the European trophy, man, oh my goodness.
We're right there with you, man. We're right there with you.
Well, mate, 4 more games. Like, what do you think? Like, can we win the league? And can we win the final?
When you perform the way we performed, you can obviously win the league. I don't know. I don't even know when our next game is because I was just focused on this one. But I don't know if Ibarra's going to play. We have no left back. Although the young lad Apostolopoulos, he actually looked decent. Podense will be fine, but Fortunis is going to be shattered. I don't know. But in all honesty, it will be some story to win the three games and then the final. But I honestly couldn't care less about the league, man. I'm nearly 21. I've probably seen us win probably around 15 titles. Every year we won at Christmas. I'm actually not. I know it sounds kind of bad, but I'm actually not that bothered. If we win the conference, that's what that matters to me.
You're not the only one, mate.
Yeah, conference and EuroLeague, and then I'm a happy man. If we win conference and EuroLeague, I'll probably take up a different sport. Just how can that ever be topped?
Fair.
Fingers crossed. I'm
praying, boys. I'm praying.
All right.
And one more thing, Mendy Libad. Oh my goodness, what a man!
Yeah,
unreal, mate.
There's no words.
I remember. I think it might have been you boys put like a poll or something when it was like Sat Carvalhal or like Katie Barrasin or something. I was like, I don't know, just Katie Barrasin for the rest of the season. Who get season's done, and then to bring him in and what's happened since? Just Jesus Christ.
No, it's like roller coaster was kind of the term that we used last season as well, and then this year it's the same. But like, it feels like roller coaster it's not even the right word. Like, I can't even put it into words, really, mate. It's like, I'm still digesting everything that's happened. And I said earlier, I got emotional after the result. Like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes after, it's just kind of sinking in. Like, oh my God, what just happened? And it's like, it's our generation's thing. So I'm older than you. I'm 37, going 38. And I was saying earlier, I do remember Juventus. I do remember how it hurt. But just like, you know, for people like you or just like younger Olympiacos fans, like, this is like, how many opportunities are we going to get? Like, can we become the Seville of the Conference League? I don't know. Like, maybe it's something to think about, you know. But yeah, everything that the coach has done is nothing short of remarkable. And I don't know if you were listening earlier. I said, like, I mean, look at Fortunis, man. Look at what Fortunis is doing on the pitch, and like Martial, our French resident, is not. Let's say it, like, he's not really Fortunis' biggest fan, but he's just come out and said, like, the Fortunis that we see now with the 2 ACLs is the best Fortunis we've ever seen.
Yeah, that's so good. He's like my favorite player as well, because he's like one of them. I like to think he's a legend that I've watched since he probably like made his debut for Olympiacos. Like I haven't all the older players I can only really remember from like Valverde times and after, like I don't know, mate. I don't know, like late 2000, like early noughties, 08 times. I can't remember for sure, but the like the best European games I remember just one-off kind of like knockout games. Like that year we had Atleti and Juve in the Champions League group. Arsenal a couple times. I remember the older ones as well. Milan. Like I only remember singular kind of games, not like
Campaigns.
Not whole campaigns of beating teams like repeatedly. It's just
he knows knockout football, man. This coach knows about knockout football. You can tell, like he smells it. He knows what to do.
I remember, I think it was the Bout game after Maccabi, I think, or Fener, I can't remember, where he put Iborra, and he was just on, and he started, I think, every game since, or maybe not every game in the league, but the big ones anyway. And I remember slagging him off when he first come, because I hadn't really watched much of him, and you see him, he's like tall, old, like, and it's a little Busquets, obviously not as good, but he's slow, probably needs legs around him, but good on the ball, will dictate the game. And in the first couple of games, you saw none of that. And then recently, he's just a general. And I've seen a picture, he was like tearing up and stuff. And it's like, with everything he's done, you wouldn't expect him to give a bollocks about Olympiacos. But like for him to come in and actually care, like, oh, it's just so good to see.
He's a real pro.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks so much for joining, mate. Thanks a lot for your support. Until next time.
Until next time. Hopefully win the final and keep doing your thing, boys.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Also, of course, I want to say we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people waiting. We got to speed these the fan chats up. We got to keep it on schedule.
This guy, I haven't seen you for a long time.
How are you doing, guys?
How are you, man? How are you? It's been a long time.
The whole Minsk is red. Gate 7 everywhere. Where is Ari? I want to speak with that young man. You know what he was asking me like 2 months ago after Lamia game? Like, no. Roman, should we talk about transfers? Who we need to bring? Who needs to leave? Who the fuck cares about transfers? We literally have like the most important game of our history in front of us. I don't care about transfers. Bring Ramon back, whatever. Who the fuck cares?
Bring Ramon back.
Man. Ari's on a long
breaking news.
He's on a long drive. Yeah,
he's right there.
We would meet Ramon today.
There he is, baby. He's coming back. Don't worry. I spoke to him personally
with his agent in this.
With his agent. He's coming back, baby. He's coming back. Fresh start in the summer.
The funny fact, by the way, if he was available, he would play today.
He probably fucking would. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What a disaster that would be.
So, man of the match.
Tell us.
Everyone's saying El Kabi. I think Iborra did by far the best game for us.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of the dirty job. And you could see that these games like that are like his, how do you say, like, how do you say that?
His specialty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. It's just like he oozes confidence and experience. Like he's been there. He's done it like so many times. I think he won 3 with Emery.
He's won 4, I think, right?
He's won 4 in total. Yeah, but I think like three with Emery. That's crazy, mate. I said it earlier, and we talked about it earlier on in the show, man. It's just the guy, different class for me. He needs the right players around him. The way that we played him earlier in the season, it was a waste. Like not a complete waste, but you're not getting what you're getting out of him now, where he's got 2 machines in front of him. Like Chiquinho is an absolute monster, and Hezer's role is a little bit different to what we'd seen earlier in the season. I think like he's more confident. It's obviously like time to adapt and everything, and we're seeing like more things from him in general. And no, I think the role suits Iborra, man. Just like playing with those two in the midfield, and it slightly worries me to that, like when he's not there to that extent now. That when Iborra's not on the pitch, I'm slightly like, I feel less safe than when he is on the pitch.
Would you sacrifice our chances for the championship? I mean, starting like the
we
second
beat
team or
PAOK with a
something.
rotated team. Do people remember that? We did beat PAOK kind of comfortably. Mendilibar rotated the team slightly. Was this
but
the
are we
2-1?
gonna do it now?
The home game.
Yeah.
At the home game.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it now? Because we have some injured players as
But
well.
we have quality players to bring in, like Gelson Martins, Abi. I know people like a lot of those guys. Fran Navarro looked really good last time out against PAOK as well. Like, these guys are rested and ready to run for the rest of their life. So we need to basically, it's a bit like last season with James, you know, when there was one team playing in Europe and the other team was playing in the league for a bit. We need to kind of rely on these guys. Horta as well has not played a ton of minutes. He's going to start. Fran Navarro is going to start. Jovetic didn't play either leg. Jovetic's on 2 weeks of rest. Personally, I would go with something like, it's so risky, but I'm thinking maybe Navarro, Jovetic up top. You go for that.
Like both of them?
Like he used to go El Kabi and Jovetic. Like, why not? Like, ever since the second leg half at Fener, was it he took Jovetic off then? Is that when?
Yeah, he took him off at half time and put
he was like, this
on.
isn't working. He's like, this is done. But the first leg against Fener worked pretty well until it collapsed. But, you know.
By the way, talking about Abi, is he on loan or we actually bought him?
We bought him, supposedly, quote unquote. So you know how that works.
So it's not like 100% clear, right?
No, it sort of is. The club announced him, so it's a signing. So I think if Forrest went down, he would be on the first plane over there to be their starting central defender in the championship. But now that they're, quote unquote, may stay in the Premier League, maybe he stays with us another season. So.
And one last thing, I know you have some people waiting on the line as well. Can you imagine the ceremony? Both EuroLeague champions, football champions, and youth champions of the one that we won 1 week ago. Same day, same ceremony.
It's gotta be something.
That would be awesome. That would be amazing. I don't even mention the Greek championship. I don't even care at this point.
Yeah. I think you get past PAOK. If you can get past PAOK, then it's all to play for. If you lose against PAOK, it's done, right? So it's all to play for on Sunday. So if you get past PAOK with that sort of rotated side, then you have your players fresh. You throw it all at Ike.
And then you have a huge morale boost. Like it's going to be completely different games in terms of psychology. Obviously, we're in awesome condition right now, but you know it will skyrocket us. It will skyrocket us.
We have some problems. The left back issue, like no one knows the situation of Ortega. No one knows the situation of Richards. It was kept under wraps. That's a big fucking deal. We kind of need one or two of those guys to finish the season. So let's see.
I think we knew that Ortega wouldn't play against
Richards. They kept on the down low.
Yeah, I think we kept Richards just to be sure that he could play against PAOK, because he was kind of 50-50. And
our friend tells us that Mendilibar said at the press conference that Richards and Ortega are out for Sunday. They're both not available.
Yep.
So okay, guys.
Do with that what you want. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk next time when we're gonna be the champions.
Or we'll talk on Sunday against PAOK. That's if you want.
That's another thing. Okay, thank you for having me. Olympiacos for life. See
Have a great night.
See you, mate. Take care.
Have a great weekend. Oh, there we go.
And the next one, before we go to the next one, guys, we're almost 2 hours in.
Hour 40 minutes. Be strong.
156 likes. More than that have come through the show. If you're following now, wherever you are in the world, give us a like. That really helps to find more Olympiacos fans, helps with the algorithm on YouTube, and subscribe for more content from Gate 7 International. Our next guest is from Finland, if I remember well. Thrylos. What's up, buddy?
Amazing. Just amazing.
Tell us, how did you live tonight?
Stressed the whole day. I've been anxious for the whole week.
Yeah.
I have a tradition for these big games of having certain things that I do and certain ways that I do them. So I managed to fuck up in the morning, but I resetted it, and in the end we won.
Yeah. Man, craziness.
Yeah, it was like after the game, I'm still buzzing. Like I have a meeting at like 9 a.m. So in like 7 hours. But,
who cares? Who cares? Go to your meeting with red eyes and crackly throat from the screaming. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's only like showcase what you have done for the past week. So I will just show them that we made the final and fuck you guys.
Oh man. Also,
but I wanted to bring out one thing.
Oh.
Last season, we broke the record for the longest run without a win in Europe.
Yeah,
true.
In the Greek league. And like one season later, we are here. How?
From what we call embarrassing to absolute jubilation. It's quite fitting and it's quite Greek, actually, if you think about it. We're a culture of extremes. We're either like depressed or super happy. And I think somebody mentioned in one of the YouTube comments the other day that I think I made a comment one of the last shows that like we don't always need to be like either super depressed when we lose or like super like over the moon when we win. And somebody was like, no, that's what it means to be Olympiacos. Like, well, fair enough, everyone has their opinions, but you're right, man. But like I said, it's fitting. It fits with like Greek culture and the whole craziness that is Olympiacos. But it's mad. It's mad. Like to think where we were last season, signing like Marcelo at 35 to get more Instagram followers, and James Rodriguez on one leg. Like no disrespect to those players, like they're massive players, like they made huge money from football, like played for massive clubs. But just like from that to this, and people criticized Cordon at the beginning of the season, and now everyone's all like, "Oh my god, Ibora's a fucking mountain," and this and that and the other, and Kinney's better than Tsimikas. Like, okay, it's like calm down, I won't go into it further.
But the previous coaches also they brought in some players. Like every single one that they brought in this season, they had a shift today. Like they were amazing, each one of them.
Except like the ones that left, like Scarpa, Solbakken, they brought nothing. And then the other one for me is probably just like Madi Camara.
Ugh, let's not.
Like, I mean, who I bring his name up, but like if I brought his name up, would you even remember he played for us this season?
Well, he did get us to the qualification. I do remember that.
Did he get us to the qualification?
He was pretty immense in the qualifiers, man. I will say.
I don't remember him.
The Genk game, he was pretty good, man. I don't know. For me.
Anyway.
Who else would we have played there? Anyway. Yeah. We agree to disagree.
Yeah. No, for me, he wasn't the game changer in those games. But anyway, like you said.
He contributed. He'll get his medal if we win.
Oh my god. Thrylos, who's been your favorite player so far this season?
Well, I love Fortounis. I love him a lot. But I don't want to say the most obvious one. I would go with Heze. I like for someone who came from South America, he's like 21. He's been a boss. Like he's been what's the Brazilian midfielder's name that plays for Aston Villa? Like they were bossing him.
Douglas Luiz, yeah, he didn't look so good, did he? Yeah,
like Hesse is amazing.
Yeah, I would say Zoolakis changed the whole season. That's me. I'm putting it out. Paschalakis was never for me.
Are you putting people on notice now?
I just think he changed the whole season. I didn't even, honestly, one of our next guests and I will agree, like when I saw him play, at the start, like when he went to PAOK I guess he was so young, but then when we played Ludo Goretz, I was like, holy shit, like this guy is such a nervous wreck. He can't catch the ball. And then ever since he's come in with Mendilibar, you're like, holy shit, this guy is a complete goalkeeper who is calm, better on his feet, and much more serious than Paschalakis, who is a deeply unserious person. I don't want deeply unserious people to be my goalkeeper. I'm sorry. Like I am crazy. Like some people will criticize me, but I don't want a clown to be the goalkeeper. Like if there's one person who's going to be serious and organize things and be intelligent, I want it to be the goalkeeper. So anyway.
But you guys will be in Athens for the game.
Yes.
Yeah, we both will. Will we get a ticket?
We'll try. Come and join us.
Yeah, I bought I was going home and I bought flights to Athens.
Okay, so this is a good time to say we're going to do a Gate 7 International meetup on maybe Tuesday night before the game.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to be there in the afternoon, so I've got all day.
So maybe Tuesday night before the game, we go to James Choice Bar. No, I'm just joking. Does anyone know that?
Maybe not
that place. Maybe not that place, but we'll figure out a location that makes sense for everyone. So,
Fetanos, thanks for joining, mate.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. Let's meet in Athens. Good night.
Yes, we'll organize.
See you there. See you there. Hey, wow. The next one. Should we go straight to?
Yep.
Do you want to bring this one in?
Needs no introduction. I think one of our best Patreons for me went to the stadium, sends us clips. I know Martial loves this guy because they share similar opinions. So I'll bring him on. Here is Stefanos right here with this OM.
Here we go. I have to give a shout out to Martial.
Oh man,
okay.
OM went down bad tonight.
I know. I saw it just now actually because I've been not paying attention, but there you go. Brand new. This
you
is
missed
beautiful.
Martial.
Anyway.
He's sleeping the good sleep now, but he'll see it tomorrow.
He'll see it tomorrow. Yeah. Guys,
tell us about
my
it.
God. Λοιπόν, Karaiskaki won it. I mean, seriously, we could not lose with that atmosphere. And I've been to so many derbies. I've never seen anything like it. Like every single tackle that we made, like the ball would go out if they had it. Like the stadium erupted, like it was a goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to apologize to Zoolakis for everything I've said, not publicly, obviously, in the chat, but you guys have to apologize to Christian Karembe first.
Oh shit! Yes,
okay.
I wanted him to get fired.
I never got involved in that little discussion.
No, I didn't even go at him about but everyone was getting fired but him, and I was like, why doesn't he get fired? Like, man, he survives every firing.
I meant more for the comment about getting to the final of a European.
Okay.
Did he say Champions League? I don't remember if he said Champions League, but
he said final. He just
there you go. He was fucking right. Telos padon. I can't believe this is Mesimera. It's just insane. Fucking insane. And shout out also to the WhatsApp group because I think a lot of the people who watch us are not Patreons yet. They should become for that reason. I mean, honestly, it changed. Well, besides all the we have fun in there, right? And like the private info we learn and all that stuff. It has changed my outlook. I mean, we started a shit season, but there are some guys in there, not me, not Gerasimos, you know what I mean? Who were always like saying, okay, support the team. And I'll say that the first guy who gave me such a positive vibe was Kostas Llanos. He had been saying it. Like, remember when we were in the shit and we were like all super depressed? He was saying, yeah, don't wish for Marinakis to leave. Yeah, because you don't know what could happen. Then there's other guys like Christos Moraitis, Kostas Golias, Ilias. Ilias is like the most positive guy in there, right? As far as Olympiacos goes.
He doesn't comment much, but whenever he does, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, calm down, guys, right? I mean, mi fermo catastrophe for yeah, and it really has changed the way I look at things. So it's great. I'm proud of this team now. No matter what, I don't care what happens. I was proud even if we didn't go through today. I said it, right? I mean, I don't care. Having said that, today,
but
no. What I'm gonna say is that I was so fucking. I've never been so stressed, guys. Πάω στο γήπεδο, and it doesn't matter if you lose a derby or whatever. I used to say, because when you're at the stadium, you're like shouting, you're like, you get into it, and then you're happy you did what you could. It's no longer.
You're in the middle.
Yeah, the Capede.
You're opposite the VIP, like towards Severn.
Exactly.
Okay. I had a season ticket there, like 2016, 2017, 2018. I think 16. Yeah.
I like it. The only problem is the sun for the day games. Whatever. Okay. I wish they could put something up there. What was I saying?
It's a decent crowd there too.
Yeah, it's decent because I've been in other places, but yeah, forget it. The ones which are υπάρχουν κάφρια, like if you're let's say near the opponent's dugout, forget it. I mean, last year, no, I mean, it's awful. But anyway, I used to say that, okay, I'll be happy even if we lose, right? Today, guys, I had to leave at the 60th minute. I went like outside at the concession stand. Like there was 2 or 3 of us who couldn't take it. Like seriously, I was feeling that I was gonna, like have like a heart attack or something. I couldn't take it. Like seriously, I couldn't take it. I was waiting for like a goal to come, and then El Kabi did, and I came back, right? Man, insane. I wish you guys were there. Like it's the best I've seen of Karaiskaki, like by far.
Man, even the scarves turned out pretty good. We were disappointed there was no choreo, but it looked good.
It was all right.
It did, man. It was all you can ask for there is just like a proper footballing atmosphere and just like a celebration, and everyone to be up for it, and not just like the petala, like behind the goals. Just get involved, like. And I think we tweeted it out, we put it out in our messages, like everyone that's in there. Do you know how many Olympiacos fans would fucking, I won't say like die to like
exactly
do so much like to be able to be in the stadium tonight.
Yeah.
And whoever was there, like they have to give it for everyone, and everything.
Today was that day. Today was that night. I mean,
I'm happy to hear that. You could tell, like, I mean, my wife was watching and she's like, oh my God, like what's happening today? It's like, I've told her like 10, 15 times that we're playing to go into a European Cup final. And she was like, really? It's like, yes.
It was filled was it filled beyond capacity at some point? Don't say it, but it looked it on the TV.
In our gates, like 15, 14, whatever, let's say they try to be more careful. There are other spots in the stadium where you can imagine there's more people coming in from what I see. It was full. Even the VVIP. Okay, that's usually there's like 10 seats or whatever empty there, or more actually. But today, no, it's just crazy. Everybody on their feet. It's just insane. I wanted to say something about Ramon, man.
About Ramon?
Yeah, I mean, it's not Ramon. It's the concept of Ramon.
Yes.
Mendilibar, like what he has done with his team is he's made it into a real team. It almost doesn't matter which players he chooses, right? Like they play their hearts out. They play the system that he wants, and we get things done. And I'm almost thinking, okay, you could probably put Ramon in left back, and we would be okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching it a bit, but okay.
I think
see what I mean?
First, he needs to get a head tattoo,
like Kennedy, Robert.
Well, like I said, I'm buzzing. I think so. I'm not going to sleep. I don't know what I'm going to do at work tomorrow. I can't stop smiling, guys. Piras was full. I mean, 1 a.m. coming back from the stadium, traffic jam. Let's see. It took me a long time to get home.
Of course.
Standard. I want to ask you.
Imagine what it's going to be like. Imagine what it's going to be like in the final when we're trying to get Hagia Sophia and then get back to Basaliman.
But I want to ask you, as like a season ticket holder who goes to games and lives and like, how is it going to happen with the final? Is it possible there? You think they're going to? You think they can do it?
Because it's UEFA. I mean, I kind of think they will, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, what can go wrong? I'm not sure. There could be fights outside of the stadium or something. Yeah. Okay, but not nearby, I think. Zero. Like, I honestly don't know. I hope we get to find out personally, all of it, like to actually be there, but I don't know. I'm kind of confident. The other thing you guys said, this atmosphere today, the best one I've ever had in Karaiskaki was without flares, without any the
firecrackers.
What made Juan Cara? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Deafness, whatever. Yeah. So it can happen, right? I mean, you see it. It can be intimidating and still be 100% clean. That's what it was today. Oh, and another little shout out. I'll let the next person come on. At the end, like seriously, okay, we had a thing going on with the Villa fans, but in the end, there was like a standing ovation, and I think it got triggered by the team going around, and they went towards the Villa fans eventually, and they started clapping for our team, right, for the Olympiacos players, and then that like it was crazy. That was so touching. It was really cool. The whole stadium was clapping for the Villa fans.
You can give English fans like shit, but like they do have a bit of class, man. I remember being at Old Trafford a night we lost 4-0 when Elias got a red card before half time, and like after every goal that we ate, the English would sing, "You're not singing anymore, you're not singing anymore," and like we would keep singing, and like we were super loud, man. It's like 4,000 or 5,000 Olympiacos fans in Old Trafford, like in the upper end. And after the fourth goal goes in, like they're still singing, like "You're not singing anymore, you're not singing anymore," and like we're still singing. And mate, I was relatively young back then. I think I hadn't finished school, and I remember like singing my heart out, being with my dad and like some older folks, and we stopped to take a breather, and I just remember seeing all of Old Trafford stand up and start clapping, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
So this is what it means to like I belong to one of the best fan bases in the world. So Old Trafford just got up and clapped us,
Yeah.
It was sick feeling.
Yeah. Crazy. Lipon, I'll leave you with a final
Can we
thought.
win the title? That's my last question. Can we win the title?
Get that. All right. I mean, you know what I've been saying, that we lost it, back in December, November, whatever. I've been saying that. So, I have no fucking clue. I think it's super tough. Like, we have Paco way, right? We have, Panathinaikos, totally destroyed mentally, but still away. And we have Ike at home, and we mustn't forget what happened with the refs in our games. Guys, it would have been different now, right? Just these 2 games. Forget like Volos and all that. Those 2 games. It's insane. Οπότε, I think it's difficult. Whatever happens, θα δούμε. We can give it, we'll give it our best. Yeah. I don't know even about the final. Δεν ξέρω, θα δούμε. But what I want to say is, no matter what, be proud of this team, man. Just be fucking proud of how we turned it around. Let's see. And we stick with the team no matter what. Όπως κάναμε και στα πέτρινα. Like, I grew up with Olympiacos not winning a thing. Okay, that was my first. Okay, well, I remember before 1987 a little bit. After that, nothing, for 10 years.
Yeah.
We didn't, then αλλάξαμε ομάδα. That's who we are.
Yeah.
Ωραία. Thank you, guys.
Have a great night.
Awesome job, all of you. Kick ass. Can't wait to meet you in person.
Amen.
Yeah, man.
Have a good night.
Amen. Have a great night.
Thanks, Stefano.
All the best.
We got one last one.
One last guy. One of our original supporters coming on. You want to add him in?
I got this one. Λοιπόν, ο αντιτουριστικός.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing, man?
It's one of the best nights in my life. Actually, I'm 30 years old. I've experienced all the losses with every way, with each way. Like we lost with Metalist, with Liverpool, with I don't know, with Lille. I've experienced all of this stuff in my life, and tonight is something really special.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to enjoy it because I want to be honest with myself. We had some luck in the way. We had some luck, we had Mendy Libar that came to our team and was like the perfect piece, and we got 3 players that were also the perfect piece. And we got some luck with the penalty with Douglas Luiz. We got some luck, so I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm trying to enjoy the journey because we had some luck, but we also have really good players. Have a really good coach, and I'm really positive about the future, and I'm really proud of this team. Really, I'm really proud. And also, I want to be honest also with myself, because in the past I said some bad things about Mr. Marinakis, like, come on, what are you doing, man? What? But he tried. He tried to turn it around. He brought the Portuguese guy. He tried. Okay, maybe sometimes he tried with the wrong way, but he tried. Okay, and in the last moments, in the last second, he tried to make the team better.
And I think Martial, our French friend always says, like, as much criticism as you give to Marinakis, he fucking sometimes knows when the manager or the player does not work. Like, he knows pretty quick, and people say, oh, he fires all these people, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like he does have a good reading for, okay, this is going to work or this is not. Like, it took balls to hire Pedro Alves and be like, this is bullshit. Like, I know when things work. I know when they don't work.
I remember the day that was announced that Pedro Alves is leaving, I sent a message to Costa like, what the fuck is happening?
And I won't disclose the name, but I remember we made a post like the circus on, and we got a message from someone in the club who said to us, the circus ended tonight. We're bringing a serious person, and you'll see, he said. And he said to us, we may not win the title. We may not go far in Europe. We know it's very difficult right now.
Guys,
but
honestly,
everything has changed. And he said that. He said that to us, and I'll remember it very clearly. And we were like, okay, how many times have we heard, this time is different, the press conference, the photos, Carambe, we're going to Europe, etc. And
guys, honestly, I don't care about the title, to tell you the truth, so much. Yeah. I only care. My only concern is about to finish 3rd or 2nd, not 4th, because of Europe. But I don't care so much. Like I know that I'm positive that next year the Champions League will be ours because we have a good coach. We can build a strong team next year. So I'm okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm okay with that because this year also had a lot of problems. It was 1 month and a half that we scored a goal and the linesman was looking at this like that to make an offside. So okay, I can accept that. Okay, this is not our year, but okay, we have 3 matches. Okay, everything can happen, but I don't care so much. I think that we have a big opportunity ahead of us because I think that this kind of matches make clubs stronger and bigger. It's in our home. It's in our country. The final. Maybe sometimes it's a bad thing because it's more pressure, but I think we have the coach to control this. Like, okay,
But
and
it's crazy with Mendilibar, man. Like, I want to talk about this. It's just like we've talked knockout football. He knows, he knows. Like, you look at his CV, and in the league, like even in Spain, he struggled, but the knockout 2-leg stuff, he fucking knows how to play those games and how to develop. It's really incredible stuff.
Actually, when we signed him, I was like concerned because I don't know how it will be when summer is coming and he has to pick the players, choose the players, and build a team. But for this kind of mission that we wanted to do after February, March, he's the perfect guy. Yeah, but yes, I want to see him also in the summer that he has to pick his players, build the team.
Yeah, he didn't even do that. People forget.
Yeah,
he didn't have January. He didn't even have January, which is crazy.
Yeah, but it's like a Netflix documentary. I don't know. I try to enjoy it. I have a call with one of my best friends today, and I told him that the last year I didn't enjoy the campaign of the basketball team in the EuroLeague because every game I was anxious because we had the pressure, like we have to win it because we're the best team. We have to win it. We have to win it, and we lost in the final, and I didn't enjoy it at all. Like, so I'm trying this year to enjoy it. Like. Okay.
Get the basket less.
Yeah, yes. I didn't enjoy the basketball campaign last year because like we have the best team.
Pressure.
We have to win it. Yeah. But I'm trying to enjoy this June. It's a relief, and I was one of the was in the people like that said like that. I didn't like Conference League. I said like, come on, it's Conference League. But last year I was in Spain. I was studying in Spain, and I had a friend that was Fiorentina. And he was crying in the final, and I said to myself, "Come on, this guy's crying in the final, and you're saying like, come on, Conference League is small. Come on now, that's a joke." So this year I saw it with another perspective. It's a really different. Some of the teams were really good. I'm really proud.
If we win it, we beat Fenerbahce, we beat Aston Villa, and we beat Fiorentina. It's not a fucking joke, man. Like,
no, they're really good teams. Really good teams and big clubs. Like, I'm really proud. Proud.
I would say Maccabi Tel Aviv statistically was probably the best team in Conference League because they played the group stage. They won, I think, all of their games almost in the group stage. They won close near to all of them.
It scored lots of goals.
Scored lots of goals. Like, it's
after Maccabi Tel Aviv, the 1-6, I said to myself, this team has something. I cannot explain it, but this team has something different from any other teams that we have. Something different, something special. I don't know what it is. But I'm really proud. And thank you very much for your company and all the shows that after defeats, losses, bad nights. Thank you very much. Because in these times you try to like you enjoy more the better nights, better days,
We'll organize a meetup. Me and Costa will be in Athens for the final, so maybe a meetup for Gate 7 International.
Also, I want one hat, please. Next time you come.
You can order.
Okay. If we can order, I will order one.
But if you can't order, I'll bring you my hat. How about that?
Okay. Okay, so
also Also, who is this Andrea Pirlo wine tester? There he is. Thank you for the contribution.
If I got to speak about the players, like Jolakis, I agree with you. Changed a lot our season. I'm really thrilled with Rodinei. I cannot believe this kind of stuff because last year I met a Brazilian in Valencia and he told me he's the worst player in the Brazilian league, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Again, we picked another player that is not good. And I when he started to play with us, I was like concerned, like let's see him because they had this guy who told me he's not good, but he's actually really good.
It's just defensively. I got so pissed at him against Tel Aviv because he got destroyed on one, and he has moments defensively where, but it's like this is Olympiacos, and this guy, I think he's won a Copa Libertadores for Flamengo. Like that's a fucking massive club. Just go on social media, see how many followers they have. Like
I think with Maccabi Tel Aviv, for example, we risked a lot as a team. Like our midfield risked a lot in the passes and then in the final third. So it was like only Rodinei, but we risked. We played with a lot of risk in the first game. But after this game, we played like in a really I can't say like we were really calm. Like okay, we got this. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah. And Iborra is El Jefe. I like what he's a really good player. Today he was really good, and I think like the best player of this team right now is Tiquinho. Is like his
different energy in the midfield.
Today he was everywhere. And okay, El Kabir scored 30 goals. He's not good with the ball. He's not so good with the ball. He's not good like El Arabi with the ball, but somehow he's like a ghost. He scores like. If you don't pay attention to him, he will score.
He'll punish you.
And also, I think he's very good at playing the offside trap as well.
Yeah.
I think someone else said, he's always offside.
He reminds me a lot of Darko Kovacevic. He
does this thing where he runs along the line, then he jumps when the ball's played. And he's
those diagonal runs like on the shoulder.
Physical, strong. Yeah. It's... Yeah. Like Mendilibar has fucking unlocked the guy, like that's what needed to be said. Like, he showed
hats off. Hats off to Antonio Cordon. Hats off. Okay, maybe he wasn't perfect. Maybe we had some questions about the signings, but he picked some players that are really good. Like we built this team, like Ortega, Essel, like El Kabi, Iborra. Okay, and Kini. Today Kini was really good. He was solid. Okay. Yeah. And also he was really good about sell players to other clubs. Like we could really, but okay, it was like a lot of questions about the center backs. Okay, but I think he did a really good job. Okay, but I think in order to see his job, you have to like wait and see it in the time. Like and. Yes, I'm really proud.
If we win this final, Heze could be one of the most expensive players sold from the Greek Championship. I honestly believe it. Now that he has a European passport too, fuck me, this guy Heze could play in so many leagues in Europe. I'm pretty confident of it.
The last thing I want to say was all the last days I was thinking about Kostas Fortounis. I wanted to go to the final for him because. He's our captain. He deserves it. In the last campaign we did with Martinez and Wolves, he wasn't present. He wasn't present because he had the injury, and I wanted to see him walking past the trophy in the beginning of the match because it's a really chilly image in my mind. Like I want to, because of him, he deserves it. I think I wanted to see it, and it's like now it's a reality. It's
man, I haven't even thought about that. Yeah. I literally didn't even think about that. So at the moment when the two teams come out and the cup's there,
players
now that you said it, now I'm thinking about it. The shivers on the spine. Like,
our captain is like, because I think he deserves. He had 2 ACLs. He tried a lot. He had some moments that we doubted about him, and I think he even doubted about us and the club. But I think that all the big love stories have this kind of stuff, like. Has a lot of romance and a lot of fightings and but in the end, the love story remains. The love remains, and I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him bring the team in the pitch in the final and walking past the trophy.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And I ask you the same question that I asked Stefanos before. You live in Greece, you live in Athens. Can you see the final happening in Opaparina?
Yes,
how worried are you about this?
Because it's Europe, I'm not so worried.
Okay.
But I believe that in order the final will be like is happening, will be a lot of discussions and a lot of talking between the teams and the government. But because it's Europe, I think it will happen. It will happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but with a lot of police and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think it will happen. Yeah.
Have you ever been to the stadium as well?
I have been one time before the opening, just walking by, and I went inside. It's a really good. It's a really beautiful stadium inside. I like it a lot, but outside it's like a church. It's like yes. It's really.
I told
Napoli
me and Martial went to the Antwerp game, and we were in the bottom row, but a few rows back. And anytime the ball went in the air, we couldn't see the ball. That's the one thing I complain about.
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
I don't know about that. A lot of friends of mine that are support complain about the seats. I don't know about that.
You're very
but
tight
inside,
too. Like it's very close.
the
Like you're
stadium
like
inside
this.
looks good. The stadium inside looks good. But outside it's like a church.
Yeah.
Like a church in the village. Like that.
But
We'll I don't like the exterior at all. I don't like it. But okay.
We'll see. Fingers crossed, and I still want it moved to Oaxaca because I want more Olympiacos fans to be in that stadium. Like it's such a shame that we'll only have 10, 15,000 fans. Like it's such a shame that we're not 30,000 plus in Oaxaca. It would be
I cannot we all know that the contrast that is between Melissanidis and Marinakis, how Melissanidis is going to feel tonight. Like it's coming out from a movie, like a movie scenario, Hollywood scenario. It's like but if Sunderland made 3 seasons about their team in Netflix should do a documentary about us, about this season. Like
even the past 2 seasons, imagine it starts. It starts with Martin's
starts with the signing of Juan Guijo.
We broke that story too.
Yes, we did. That was one of our first exclusives. We broke that story. Fuck's sake, yeah. I remember we were so proud. We broke the Joe. We were sending texts to contacts, and we're the first ones to get Joe. And
oh my god,
we will never do it.
You gotta take all of them, man.
I hope the next exclusive is going to be better, like a better player. Like
he had only one fan, and it was Inbom Huang. That was like his only fan.
I heard that Camara is signed with Ike. It's a rumor that
I read that somewhere. I don't know how real it is. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Me too. But me too.
See. He didn't get the offers he wanted, I think. So we'll see.
But okay. Guys, thank you very much. It was perfect. It was a great night. I drank like 10 beers already, so it's time to sleep.
Fair.
Time to go sleep.
Time to sleep for me too, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you all for having us here. See you next time. See you on Sunday.
Sunday, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, guys. Good night.
Ciao, man.
Oh man.
All right, man. Great night. We've passed 2 hours on the live.
Past 2 hours.
And I think we're gonna let's call it a night.
Wrap it up.
Thank you to everybody that's been part of the show tonight. Thank you for everyone that supported us through thick and thin, good times, bad times. What a fantastic night it is tonight. Olympiacos through to a European Cup final for the first time in our history. And if it wasn't 2:00 in the morning and I had 3 kids sleeping upstairs and wife upstairs sleeping, I'd be screaming and I'd be even more ecstatic. But no. Labro.
No, it's just incredible. You know, I wrote my story about Olympiacos like when we launched our blog, and I just wish I could say to that kid, you know, it'll come. Your moment will come. So no, I'm super excited, and I'm excited to be in Athens with you, Costa. You may have just saw this, but Ari texted, said he may be buying a flight and joining us. So.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. We got work to do, people. So
guys, last shout out now to hit the like button, subscribe if you're only just joining the show now. There's loads of content on the channel between the live streams that we do after matches, interviews we've done with former players, players that are playing pro now. There's a lot of stuff there. Vlogs. What else am I forgetting? It's late now.
There may be a vlog coming of this game. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
There'll certainly be vlog footage of us in Athens towards the end of May. And check out the Patreon if you're interested in finding more content from Gate 7 International. There are different
finding community there. As Stefano said, it's like a little community now. People give each other tickets. They support each other. People become close friends. It's pretty cool stuff.
Exactly. There are 3 different tiers there, ranging from €1 to €5, €10. WhatsApp group, extended content tier, merchandise tier. You can also go and check out our merchandise, check out hats and loads of other stuff there on the website, Gate7, the number, gate7intl.com. You can check out the merch tab. And I think that's about it. All of that stuff should be in the description below as well. And we're going to call it a night. And we'll be back on Sunday. It's been a fantastic couple of days. Olympiacos through to the final 4 as well. Let's not forget. Enjoy it, guys. Wherever you are, Olympiacos is... We've always set out to make Olympiacos a global club. And it's happening. It's happening. The brand is growing through the success of the team too. And we're super grateful, super happy to have met... and been building this great community. So anything else to add?
No, that's it, guys. And stay strong. It's going to be a crazy few weeks. Let's do it all together.
We're Gate 7 International, by the fans, for the fans. See you next time.